PSTN forms the global telecommunication grid which connects the conventional, that is landline telephone switching center, telephone switching center called the central office with the MSC, that is mobile switching center through the world, throughout the world. So this is the process of the PSTN. So PSTN forms a global telecommunication grid. It is the wire grid only which are going to transmit and the receive signal. And that is the PSTN, and it has the switching, and because of that only the we can say desired customer or desired subscriber they are going to tap. Okay, so concepts are conventional. Telephone switching centers offices are there in that particular, that is known as the PSTN only, and MSCs are one part of that, and it is connected with the wireless networks. Common ear interface is carefully defined communication protocol to connect the mobile subscribers to the base station. It is related to the connect the mobile subscribers to the base station. So common ear interface, because whatever the transmitted signal is through the medium, and that medium is the ear medium, and that's why it is known as the common ear interface. Specifies exactly how mobile subscribers and the base stations communicate over radio frequencies, and also defines the control channel signaling method. Defines the control channel signaling methods must provide a great deal of the channel reliability to ensure that the data is properly sent and received. Okay, many more we can say the responsibilities are there at the base station also, and many more we can say control signals are going to transmit and receive from the base stations also, and it is through the we can say through the SMS and through whatever the connectivity of that is there. Also, we know that the connectivity like the power reception from the base station also required, because they want to handle that particular connection um, without any trouble, and that's why minimum power requirement is there, and that particular minimum power requirement they must maintain. So one thing is that from the first, that is from the subscriber, there is one particular we can say the signal goes to the base station that I want to connect this particular mobile station. Then base station goes to connect with the MSC. MSC goes to connect with the another base station, and then they are going to connect to the mobile. Okay, so it is the process of only whatever we can say the um, raising the handshake, or we can say raising the requirement of the connection, and it is passed through the path through the subscriber towards the base station towards the MSC, then MSC to PSTN, if it is if at all it is a wired connection desired connectivity, or otherwise mobile switching center is connected to the another base station, and where that particular mobile is present we can say, or where that particular mobile is in which we can say base station area, and it is happening only in terms of the milliseconds, around 2-3 milliseconds it requires, and all the things are taking place and call is connected. That particular part, all the as usual, because we are connecting many times with the help of whatever this process is. Okay, so must provide the great deal of the channel reliability to ensure that the data is properly sent and received. As well means along with the audio connectivity, we must want that to the network connectivity like the internet connectivity also for the data transmission and the reception, and they are taking the care of that particular also. Okay. So difference between the wireless and the fixed telephone network, that is PSTN, using the landline truncated trunk lines called trunks. Trunks is the bunch of the lines, bunch of the copper wires is known as the trunks, and capacity is large. So comprised of fiber optic cables, copper cables, microwave links, and the satellite links. These are the things where they are going to communicate from one PSTN center to the another PSTN center. That may be optical fiber communication, that may be the copper wire if they are in vicinity. Microwave links, if required, if at all required, any a dedicated channel for the particular thing, and the satellite links, as we know that from the satellite we are going to connect many more for this particular part. Network configurations are virtually static. It is virtually static, but internally there are many more dynamic things are happening, because as we know that there is only switching things are happening, and we don't we that particular network is there, and all the things internally they are going to manage dynamically. Wireless network configuration change dynamically with a small intervals of time, and the capacity is limited. So nowadays, this particular capacity is, we can say, transferred towards the whatever the wireless network only. PSTN is the part of the communication only from the one PSTN to the another PSTN. Okay, but in one PSTN, we can say the limited capacity to the wireless channels will be there, or the MSCs and BA base stations are there. Okay. So wireless and PSTN will be compromise. We will compare these two. That is highly dynamic, means in terms of all the things, that is highly dynamic, because it depends on the what are the different control signals are there. Uh, what are the different, we can say, the request signals are there. Many more things are there, and that's why this particular system is completely dynamic. It is virtually static. Virtually static means it is a bunch of, we can say, circuitry and switching configurations are there, and that is virtually static, because look like the static, but internally the processing is there, that switching of one particular desired line to the another desired line, that is taking place. Often reconfigure for the roaming and the handoffs. Um, Often reconfigure for the roaming and the handoffs, that is required in each and every case, as we know. Difficult to change the network. Um, uh, Channel bandwidth can be increased. Channel bandwidth can be increased in case of the PSTN. Bandwidth constraint, that is RF cellular bandwidth is there. Okay. No cables are required. Comprise trunks. That is the bunch of cable. Trunks is nothing but the bunch of cable. Okay. So this is the difference we can say in between these two, that is the public switch telephone network and the wireless network. So keep in mind that it is highly dynamic, virtually static, often reconfigure, and the roaming and handoffs are taking place in case of the wireless. Difficult to change the network. Difficult to change the network. Channel bandwidth can be increased. Channel bandwidth can be increased. Bandwidth constraints are there. That is, RF cellular bandwidth is there, and comprises means no cable is required in case of the wireless, but it is the cable network between the base station to the mobile station only. Comprises the trunks, that is. I mean lecture now. हाँ कौन बोलते? हाँ बोला. काय म्हणला? W301. W301. अहो तुम्ही परवा आला नव्हता काय? सुबल, जस्ट मिनिट.